Yo, peace was good. Welcome to another installment of my CD collection. This is part 58, part 2 or point 5. The first one I kind of want to cut it short because it was like I could have went longer, but the way I talk, I just go overboard. So and I run out of time, so I'd rather just cut it short and just record this separately. But which is a good thing because I kind of kept this the best for the last. You know what I mean? The creme de la creme of the collection, in my opinion. And let's start on. Let's continue on with this next album, Esham, the EP collection, released in 2016. Came out, I think sometime this month or last month. But pretty much, this is a collection of his first four EPs that he dropped from 1991 to 1994, which includes erotic poetry that came out in 1991, Homie Don't Play, same year. Helter Skelter that dropped in 1992, not 1993, like it says on Wikipedia. And I'll show you why to prove it to you guys. And Maggot Brain Theory that came out in 1994. I'll give you a little brief history on each EPs and stuff like that. With erotic poetry, Homie Don't Play, those came out in 1991. But if you've heard his first album, Booming Words from Hell, in my opinion, they sound like leftover tracks that didn't make the album, or songs that he recorded around 1990, like around that time. And like I said, songs that he recorded during those sessions and that didn't make the album. Even though Booming Words for Help came out in '89, but it sounded like something that would have been on that album too. That's just my opinion. That's a lot of poetry and Homie Don't Play. With Helter Skelter, what I like about that joint is like it kind of gives you almost like a precursor to Kill the Fetus that came out in 1993. Kind of give you guys like I guess like a appetizer to that album, because with Helter Skelter that was actually a single and there's a video for it, but a lot of people mistaked it as a single, but it was actually an EP. And just to give you guys the proof I was telling you about, give me 1 second. Right, I went digging a couple years ago, and I went through I got to a pawn shop, and they had a whole bunch of loose CDs. But what was good about that was that they had a whole bunch of Esham and Nodis affiliated artists and stuff like that. So, and I got lucky and I got this joint right here, the original 1992 pressing of Helter Skelter EP. Fucking love this shit right here, man. I mean, as you can see, it says 1992. Alright, real life. So that's the original pressing. You know what I mean? So that shit goes for a lot of money, and that's the thing. That's a cool thing about this shit right here. It has like it has all the four first EPs, but what's cool about it is that it's all remastered and it sounds a lot more crispy and a lot more, the highs. It's like when you put this in your car or whatever, you have a nice system, the kicks, man, it just kicks so hard. It sounds so good. It's really remastering it. That's pretty cool, because if you listen to the EPs, like if you hear them, the quality, like you could tell, like wasn't really that good, because you got to remember this is all analog equipment, so analog recording, so the mixing is not going to be all that great. You see what I'm saying? So, and I've mentioned that in a couple of my reviews on some of my albums, like when I did Tupac Was Not, I mentioned that. A couple of other albums that I mentioned too, but yeah. And then Maggot Brain Theory, pretty much, which is pretty much like the precursor to Closed Casket, another dope album. Eventually I will have to do a review on this, and as well as the other albums too, like Booming Words of Hell, Kill the Fetus, Judgment Day. Although I have Judgment Day, I only have Volume 1. I thought I had Volume 2, but that shit goes for a lot of his early stuff is out of print and it goes for a lot of money. But thank God he's slowly but surely re-releasing them shit. So, but yeah, if you want to get some of it like this, go on his website, asherrap.com, go to store or shop, I think what it's called, and then just hook yourself up, man. He just released a Closed Casket, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago. Definitely go pick that up. I already have it, so I don't really need to get it. So I bought that back in '03. But yeah, Very dope. If you like early Esham, like I do, like most Esham fans are suicidal. Well, I don't like to call myself suicidal. I'm not a suicidal. I'm just a fan of him. That's it. I like his early shit. I'm not doing that stupid ass juggalo, none of that nonsense. No offense, but I'm not really with that shit. And shout out to my dude Ross Hartley. He did a review on this. He's been reviewing a lot of Esham's earlier albums and as well as his as the Nodis albums. Definitely check that out. I'll post that down in the description box. Shout out to him. Dope reviewer. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with him. He knows his shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, Esham the EP collection, 1991 to 1994. Dope shit right here. Now these next two, I've been trying to get my hands on for years. I'm so happy to get it. You ready? King T's The Triflin album, released in 1993. This is the 2016 or the 2015? Whatever the case may be, I could care less. But I'm glad this is the reissue. Obviously, I think it's in 2015. But I'm so glad I own this shit right here, because this shit goes for a lot of money, man. Like, you know, if you get the original version, I've seen it go for at least $30-something, even maybe even more. But yeah, so glad I have this joint right here. I love King T, man. He's one of my favorite West Coast artists, man. Definitely one of the cats that put Compton in the map, yo, in my opinion. If not, I think he was the first besides you know, MC8 and NWA, but I feel like he's the one that brought Compton, you know, brought him to the map, even though NWA had like a more exposure, if you want to be technical, but I think he's the one that really repped, you know, and he's been rapping since like what, 84, 85, so but yeah, man, got joints like the singles, was Black Together Again. The Marley Marl remix is dope. Check that joint out. Bust That Eyes is a remix. I mean, that's a single. And Got It Bad Joe. Those are the singles. And you know, as I mentioned before, I've mentioned him before when I did the first two Alcoholics fan albums. Cause you know, he was mentoring the Alcoholics. That he's the one that put them on and stuff like that. But yeah, the Triflin album. I'm so glad I have this album. I have his second album, At Your Own Risk. And I have to get his first album, Act the Fool, that came out in '88. So when I start working, I start saving up, you know, start paying off what I got, bills I paid. Now I'll have some like cushion money and plus like some of my tax money. You know, I'll start buying some CDs again. But until then, I'm happy to have this. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Then, whew, next album is King T's For Life. Released in 1995. This is the reissue. Well, realistically, 1994. Finally got my hands on this album right here. Love this shit right here. Yeah, man, I fucking love this album. This is my favorite album from him. I mean, you got songs like Dippin', which is like I think Dippin' is actually his biggest single in his discography. It's like the song that stands like his breakout single. I think it's a song that really got him noticed. Yeah, Dippin', the remix is dope, which is the video version. Freestyle Ghetto, Super Nigga. I mean, come on, 3 Strikes You're Out. Whew, love that joint. Yeah, man, very, very dope, man. I highly recommend this album, man. I'm so glad I own this. Definitely expect reviews from these joints right here, alright? So that's King T For Life, released in 1994-95. Last but not least is Ghostface Killah's Ironman. Yes, I know I already have the album, but there's a reason for this one. It's because this is the original first pressing from 1996, okay? Alright? This right here, what I have, is the second pressing. That's the one I did the review with. But here's the difference. The first one, this is the original pressing from 96. Notice how this has 17 tracks. Why? Because you got Soul Controller, okay? That's a song that was deleted off the second pressing because of sample clearance. They couldn't clear the sample for Soul Controller, so they had to take it out. So by the time they released it in the second pressing in '96, they took it off. If you noticed, all right. So how you can know what if you have the original or the first pressing is if you look right here where it says EK 67729, that's the original pressing. The reissue, the ones you get at like FYE or any other place like that, it says EK 67955. That's the reissue. But it's still the '96 reissue. It still came out in '96. It's not no that came out back in like 2001 or whatever. This is the second pressing that came out in '96. So I thought I'd just throw that out there. Shout out to my dude Mike Sear. He hooked the brother up. Yo, much love to you, my G. Definitely check him out, man. Fucking yeah, he has a dope. He has a dope channel as well as Ross Hartley. So I'll post both links to their YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe because they both got dope shit. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that review video. Stay tuned for more. Peace.